Have you ever had that moment when you're hungry and you're just not sure if the packet you've just opened is still okay to eat? I mean, you want to make sure you're eating something that won't harm you, right? Imagine this: the world has turned into chaos and you depend on your food stash. When it comes to preparing for this situation, all of us dream of a pantry full of foods that never go bad. Guess what? There actually are a number of foods that never expire, and we've compiled them for you. Number 10 will surely surprise you. Ready to dive in? Number 1, canned meat. First item on our list today is the ever-reliable canned meat. A pro in survival that beats the odds when it comes to shelf life. We're talking years after those Best By dates have thrown in the towel. And can we talk about the depth? With delicious choices ranging from beef to pork to chicken and much more. Who said survival couldn't be delicious, right? But here's the catch, and it's a pretty big one. If you want your meat inside to be fresh and delicious, then you have got to make sure that the cans are in tip-top condition. So when buying, ensure that you have your detective hat on. As you give the can a thorough scan, look out for flaws like dents, bulges, cuts, openings, and anything else that triggers your spider sense. But hold on for a second, because the safety check doesn't stop there. When you do decide to use your canned meats, ensure you thoroughly inspect the meat with your eyes as well as your nose to sniff if there's any foul play. Because despite the fact that canned meats last a really long time, some defects in the storage may have either spoiled the meat or reduced its quality. And we're sure that you don't want to have an upset stomach just after a killer meatball and spaghetti dinner. Number 2, canned fruits and vegetables. That said, if you're going to be stockpiling canned meat, why don't you take things a step further by getting greens to maintain a balanced diet? It is a smart choice for stockpiling that will make your taste buds and body system happy without any downside whatsoever. To start with, 2 of the primary strengths of canned fruits and veggies come from the convenient storage, and secondly, their extended shelf life, making them well suited for long-term storage. But hey, you don't need to take our word for it. Haven't you noticed how canned fruits and vegetables remain tasty and fresh even when you probably expected them to rot? Guys, the entire canning process, which seals these fruits and vegetables, shields them from spoilage, ensuring they remain edible for a super extended period of time. However, we can guess that you're probably thinking, that can't be right. My branded canned veggies and fruits have a trusty Best By and expiration date that suggests I've got only a few months left. And while that's true, you're also wrong. Don't get fooled by the fact that you see an expiration date on the can that says it's going to last for only a couple of years. Canned fruits and vegetables, much like meat, can last far beyond what the manufacturer states. The main reason why manufacturers still put those dates on the can is as a recommendation for when the food will taste the best, when the consistency will be the best, and not when it will actually get rotten. So as long as the can itself is not damaged, rest assured that your greens will last for years past their supposed expiration date. Before we go on to the next item, let's not forget the fact that canned vegetables and fruits are preserved with the same concept as meat. So this basically means that most, if not all, of these essential vitamins and minerals will be effectively locked in, preserving their nutritional value even after prolonged storage for years. Number 3, white rice. Moving on, if white rice, specifically long grain rice, isn't on your stockpile list, are you even a prepper? Apart from the fact that rice is one of the most commonly eaten meals on earth, it turns out that it's also incredibly durable, making it a perfect option for stockpiling. Not well, this might come as a surprise though. Did you know researchers have discovered that white rice can last up to 3 decades when stored in Mylar bags at room temperature? And guess what? It will still be able to retain its nutrients and flavor in that 30-year span. That said, have you noticed how we keep referring to white rice specifically instead of all kinds of rice in general? There's actually a surprising reason stemming from its makeup. You see, unlike brown rice, white rice has a longer shelf life due to the absence of natural oils. And the absence of these oils help to prevent rapid spoilage, ensuring that rice will remain edible for extended periods of time. So when stockpiling for the future, always keep in mind that while white rice can last for 30 years if preserved well, brown rice will not last as long. But now that we're saying it out loud, could this off-the-chart longevity have been the reason why white rice has been the go-to meal in so many countries across the globe for centuries? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Number 4, pasta. But hold on to your aprons, folks, because if you love white rice, the next pantry MVP that you need to have in your pantry is pasta, a true underdog on our list. Over the years, one common thing that we've noticed about preppers and stockpilers is that while they praise pasta for its amazing taste and versatility in the kitchen, not a lot of them are aware of its durability. Believe it or not, pasta, when properly stored, can be a stalwart companion, lasting up to 20 or even 30 years. And yeah, you heard it right. While store-packaged pasta typically comes with a shelf life of a couple of years, strategic storage transforms it into a cornerstone of your long-term food supply. The secret behind pasta extended shelf life lies in its composition. The low moisture content of pasta acts as a natural deterrent to bacteria and mold growth, further solidifying its reputation as a long-lasting pantry staple. And much like rice, pasta's simplicity proves to be a key asset for extended storage, requiring minimal preparation while offering compatibility with an array of ingredients. So wherever you are in a supermarket and looking for a food to stockpile that not only brings the A-game to your culinary creations, but also has the stamina to outlast your favorite pair of sneakers, always remember pasta, the unsung hero of a prepper's pantry. Ready to find out more foods that are both versatile and built to last? Well, keep watching. Number 5, beans. Because at number 5, we have beans, another standout pick for stockpiling, thanks to its nutritional value and multitude of other overwhelming benefits. But first, can we all agree that the versatility of beans in the kitchen is almost unparalleled? Whether you opt for kidney beans, black beans, or chickpeas, you can rest assured that you will have a tasty meal on your plate. But beyond their culinary flexibility, beans are also a nutritional treasure trove, rich in protein, fiber, and essential vitamins. They offer a well-rounded nutritional profile, crucial for maintaining health, especially in extended periods of reliance on stored foods. This makes them a cornerstone for a well-balanced diet during times when access to fresh produce might be limited. And believe it when we say the importance of a balanced diet in such situations should not be overemphasized. Moreover, just like rice and pasta, would you believe that beans also boast an impressive shelf life of up to 30 years? And when you throw in the fact that they are incredibly cost-effective and can be acquired without straining your pockets, what could possibly go wrong? Number 6, powdered milk. This brings us to the 6th item on our list, which is powdered milk. A prime substitute for fresh milk for so many reasons. Although it might slightly lack the amazing taste of regular milk, powdered milk is still your best bet when it comes to finding a favorite option for survival situations. Thanks to its prolonged shelf life and convenient storage attributes, guys, research has proven that powdered milk, when stored in Mylar bags, is one of the most effective ways to preserve its richness and quality over an extended period of time. And if you already have this item in your pantry without a Mylar bag, don't fret, because all you will ever need is a cool, dry haven that's far away from any spotlight-stealing sunlight to tuck it in. And if you play your cards right, you could be looking at a shelf life of around 20 years or even longer. So before you make the mistake of omitting powdered milk when drafting your stockpile list, always have it in the back of your mind that if you get it now, you will still enjoy the rich taste of milk in 15 years. So if you or your kids love eating breakfast cereal, why don't you do yourself a big favor by stockpiling powdered milk and holding it like a buy and hold stock? It is great for cereal, baking, and as a companion for different recipes that require milk. So what are you waiting for? Get it as soon as you can. Number 7, dried fruits. Fellow preppers, have you ever considered stockpiling dried fruits? We bet you haven't. Dried fruits exemplified by varieties such as raisins and apricots stand out as a noteworthy addition to any well-thought-out food stockpile, and their appeal lies in a combination of factors that make them practical and beneficial in various situations. Firstly, their natural sweetness and concentrated flavors provide a delightful alternative to fresh fruits, adding a burst of taste to meals and snacks. And secondly, they are one of the best foods on the planet when it comes to lasting for extended periods. As a matter of fact, on their own, these fruits don't even allow the growth of microorganisms that lead to spoilage. And when you factor in human intervention by properly storing them in airtight containers, dried apricots and raisins can maintain their quality and taste almost indefinitely. Over the years, though, we've come to realize that many preppers tend to avoid stockpiling dried fruits because they believe that the process of making them leads to a loss of all its essential nutrients. But while that's plausible on paper, the truth is that it is just one of the big misconceptions. Yes, we said it, dried fruits still retain a significant portion of their original vitamins and minerals, making them a compact yet potent source of essential nutrients like potassium and dietary fiber for a balanced diet. And boy, how could we forget their insane versatility? They can easily be incorporated into various recipes from oatmeal to baked goods, further enhancing their appeal in a preparedness-focused food stockpile. So, with everything that has been said and done, feel free to hoard and stockpile dried fruits for as long as you want. Number 8, rolled oats. And speaking of items that you need to freely splurge on, ladies and gentlemen, there's a pretty good reason why rolled oats are often considered a pantry staple and an invaluable addition to a well-prepared food stockpile. First off, their inherent versatility makes them an adaptable ingredient for a wide range of culinary creations. And if you don't believe us, we dare you to try incorporating them into baking recipes. You'll be salivating before it's served on your plate. Additionally, yet another standout feature of rolled oats in the context of stockpiling is their extended shelf life when stored properly. Sealed in airtight containers or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers and kept in a cool, dry place, rolled oats can maintain their quality for a substantial duration of up to 20 years. Making them reliable and enduring source of nutrition. And speaking of which, they are packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, enough to contribute to a well-rounded diet for all kinds of stuff. And when you start to consider that the nutritional riches in rolled oats will remain intact despite being stored for decades, there's absolutely no downside to having this on your pantry whatsoever. Number 9, sugar, salt, and honey. Fellow preppers, did you know that the trio of sugar, salt, and honey share one key similarity? If you know the answer, pause this video now and write it in the comment section below. But don't cheat. Ready? All right then. The answer is that they all last indefinitely. And no, we don't just mean for decades. Sugar, salt, and honey actually never expire. Surprised? Well, don't be. Salt, the ultimate cooking machine, is comprised of minerals that create hostile environments for bacteria and microorganisms, and that's why salted meats and fish have a prolonged shelf life. Similar to salt, sugar exhibits properties that hinder the growth of mold. So good preservation, sugar can last indefinitely without experiencing any compromise in quality. And finally, to conclude our trio of timeless pantry staples, let's talk about honey. Guys, this natural sweetener, crafted by bees, boasts exceptional longevity thanks to its pretty sweet characteristics. You get it? It's an incredibly unwelcoming environment for bacteria and other microorganisms. And as if it wasn't bad enough, honey has a low pH level that makes bacterial growth almost impossible. So with the aforementioned traits, can you see why honey, salt, and sugar are all absolutely crucial additions to your stockpile list? Number 10, grains. But when it comes to foods that can last you indefinitely, why should you stop at just sugar, salt, and honey? Grains are yet another paramount choice for stockpiling in preparation for any situation. To start with, grains such as wheat act as a versatile and energy-dense foundation for a variety of meals. And apart from allowing a wide range of nourishing dishes to be born from them, did you know that grains have one of the most impressive shelf lives of any food? And stored properly in airtight containers or Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, grain can remain viable for extended periods of time. And don't even get us started on the fact that grains are honestly so accessible and affordable. Even with tight budget constraints, any income earner, irrespective of budget constraints, can comfortably afford to get them in bulk. Moreover, given the fact that they are packed with essential nutrients, including carbohydrates, fiber, and various vitamins and minerals, what could possibly be the downside of stockpiling grains? Tell us in the comments because we can't even think of any. Number 11, freeze-dried coffee and whole coffee beans. Did you know that the average American spends around $300 to $600 every year on Starbucks alone? While it may come as a surprise to you, it goes to show how much we love having coffee. And regardless of whether you're a big fan or a fair-weathered one, rejoice because we've got good news. Coffee beans are an indispensable addition to a prepper's stockpile. They can be used for many beverages, are quite portable, and are very easy to store. But amidst all these amazing perks, one of the things we love most about coffee beans is the fact that they have an amazing shelf life. You see, when stored properly, whole coffee beans can actually maintain their robust flavor and aroma for an exceedingly long time frame. And this resilience against deterioration allows for the creation of a rich and satisfying coffee experience at a time when fresh supplies might be scarce. That said, don't take its simplicity for granted. If you neither repackage them nor store them properly, coffee beans might eventually become slightly weaker in taste. To prevent this, we suggest vacuum packaging your coffee beans, as it will make them last indefinitely. In conclusion, however, consider this. Stocking up on coffee beans is more than just a mere routine. It is a smart investment that will leave you delighted for years to come. Number 12, vinegar. Speaking of never-ending delights, last but certainly not least is vinegar, famous for its immortal tendencies. Guys, when stored in a cool, dark place, did you know that vinegar can remain potent and usable for an indefinite period of time? This interesting characteristic makes it a perfect, reliable solution when other options may not be feasible. And if you were already aware of that fact, did you also know that vinegar has an extra layer of functionality that goes beyond its traditional role in the kitchen? Thanks to its acidic nature, particularly in varieties like apple cider, vinegar has been proven to be effective for cleaning and disinfecting. This trait also prevents the growth of bacteria and molds. And coupled with the fact that it's already available in basically any area that you can think of, we dare you to tell us any other food that can serve vinegar's practical dual role of culinary enhancer and preservative agent any better. Yeah, we'll wait. All right, guys, that wraps up our 12 must-haves for a rock-solid stockpile stash. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you'll be the first to get informed whenever we release a new video. Until then, stay safe, stay prepping.